customer support. You know, when you talked about Manson, you know, fixing the chairs and whatnot, I've really been impressed with the customer support. I have a customer here locally that bought the chair, and it was one of your first models, and there were a few little quirks and whatnot and software things that needed to be done, and you guys took really good care of him, and he's very, very happy about it. He's a real good guy. He loves the chair, and he understands that it's a new model, and there might be little things that have to be, you know, little quirks that have to be worked out. And you guys did a great job of taking care of him, and I really appreciate that. The fact that he could speak to an engineer about the problem, the fact that that you came, Menton, you actually came to his house, didn't you? I mean, you went
Yes.
to his house, Hal's house, and fixed the chair for him, and any
Mhm.
subsequent concerns or questions he had, you guys were very, very prompt to respond, and I appreciate that. As a retailer, that's a big deal to me because if I get a customer calling me and saying, "Geez, you know, I can't get a hold of these guys. Their chair's broken. My chair's broken. Nobody's calling me back, or they're giving me the runaround," that creates great anxiety in my soul. I'm a Type A guy, and when I hear stuff like that, I just get really uptight. I have trouble sleeping, and I lose my appetite, and I hate to lose my appetite. But you guys are magnificent with that, and I do want to compliment you on that.
Yes, we're very proud of our customer support, and we actually this week hired on 2 new customer support agents. In-house, we have customer support agents that speak Spanish, Vietnamese, and English. That way, we can take care of our various clients. And if the problem is more than a simple fix, they're more than happy to transfer the customer to an engineer, and the engineer will either call them back or take the call immediately. Just depends on what we're doing at the time. And we want to work with our clients. We want to make the massage chair the best we can, and our clients use the chair a lot more than we have time to. So if if they have a concern or a problem, or if they even have a suggestion, we're more than willing to listen to it and possibly incorporate the change into future software updates, or just take care of the problem, whatever it may be. Sometimes the chair is installed improperly, or a connection comes loose, and our customer support agents are trained to take care of that. But if they're having problems, the engineer will step in and try to fix whatever the issue is. Since we designed it here, we know intimately all the inner workings of the chair, and we can kind of think through the problem and fix it.
And what a great advantage that is. I just think that is crucial, and I think it's wonderful because I know my customers are taken care of, and that's for me, that's the bottom line. So thank you for that.
And
Now
on top of that,
go ahead, Menton.
on top of that, our chairs have self-diagnostic system. So let's say if the chair has problems with the keypad connection, or there's some wire which is loose inside, or something is wrong, there's some self-diagnostic system LED lights which will glow up and kind of tell the status of the chair.
Mm-hmm.
And so when people call to our technical support people, they can just check the color of the LED which is turned on, and they can directly know the problem, and they can just directly help them.
Yeah.
Rather than somebody flying there and fixing it, they know right away what's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is one of the advanced features of the iRobotics 6S. The self-diagnostic system will help the troubleshooting and making the customer's support or service much easier.
Are the diagnostics enhanced in the 6S? I don't remember reading that as one of the feature sets, as a feature improvement. But have you improved the diagnostics on that chair?
We have. Since we included more sensors onto the motherboard that measure things like current and voltage that the original did not have, so that the chair will, if something's connected improperly, or if a motor is jammed, it will shut that motor down and then indicate it via the LEDs.
Wow! I didn't know that.
So that way, if something's jammed, there's less of a chance of burning the motor or stripping the gears, and
for that matter, hurting somebody.
Oh yes, and so it shuts it down and lets you know the issue. We took this from our salon massage chairs, where these are used day in, day out for hours on end, and it's easier, for the nail technicians or salon owners to look at the LEDs and call and say, hey, this is my problem. Our customer support will, can, mail them new control boxes or keypads or whatever. That way, it fixes the problem very, very easily, and there's less time spent trying to diagnose the problem and more time using the chair.
Right. Awesome.
Yeah. So as you know, here in U.S., all products development, always you have to consider, safety always comes first.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're better in this environment, or they'll nail you for something.
Right. That's why we have more sensor to detect motor low and locking kind of thing to prevent anything related to safety.
Yeah. Very important.
That's why when we develop these massage chair, we always consider the UL standard.
Yeah, talk a little bit about that. That was a big deal for you guys to have UL certification. It was fairly recent. I talked about it on my blog, but you explained it to me as far as the differences from the other types of certification. Can you go into a little detailed discussion about the importance of UL certification and what it means?
UL here in US, UL is a safety agency. They write standards, for all the other labs, to use, and in many local, government inspectors, they require UL marking on the product before it can be used for their commercial application. For example, nail salon, if the chair doesn't have UL, the local government inspector, they will not allow salon to use the chair. And it's very, very difficult to obtain a UL certification because for example, the massage chair, they use a UL standard that 700 pages of standard, 700 pages of standard. We have to review it, and you have to work with UL engineer, to make sure the chair comply with that safety standard.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and to get that safety UL safety listed, we have to work. For example, the home massage chair, out of our 5, 6, we work with UL for about a year, to get it done.
Well, I think we had talked about some of the other certifications out there. They're more or less just, hey, just pay the money and we'll give you this certification. It's more like just filling out a form, but this UL, and which sounds a little bit more like a money grub, but for you guys, this UL certification is a big deal. This is official. This is not something you can buy. This is something you have to actually, earn.
Yes, there are certifications out there that are self-certifications that, while it looks good on the product marking, it doesn't actually mean anything. And then the other certification organizations, although they use some of the UL standards, they do not require compliance in all the standards. There's a reason that UL standards are universally taken and accepted by all other certification organizations, whereas UL does not accept certifications from other agencies. Mm-hmm. So once you obtain a UL certification, it's copy and paste essentially into another certification organization. Okay. And that's the reason we went for the toughest certification. Is in our spa and our bath industry, UL is the only certification organization that is accepted, and we comply with quarterly on-site inspections, surprise inspections, and sending all of our new products out to UL at great expense, for ourselves, to have them certified, tested, and hopefully approved. Just because you pay the money and you send the products does not mean the product will be approved. Right. In most cases, it requires 2 or 3 revisions to fix minor things that that UL requires and bring them into compliance. Because as Kevin was saying, there's 700 pages of standards, so to get it right the first time is very, very difficult. So we work with UL back and forth to get, everything up to code and everything in compliance.
And that's why it took a year.
Yes, sir.
It's so detailed and so much work that goes into it. Well, I think that's a pretty cool thing, and just again, it lends credibility to your chair and to the to your technology and to the things that you're claiming. I think it's a great thing to have. Now, speaking of technology, the 6S has these upgrades, and of course we just talked briefly about the diagnostic changes that you've put into the software, but also the Bluetooth. And I also might mention that you have Spanish, Vietnamese, and English tech support. Well, you also have Spanish, Vietnamese, and English voice guidance languages in the voice guidance system on the chair, which is cool. I've not seen that before, and but I think that's an interesting feature to have. But maybe talk a little bit about the Bluetooth technology. This is becoming all the rage now, and you guys are kind of right there at the forefront of it.
Yes, we, being heavily involved in cutting edge technologies, we like to incorporate the newest and most dynamic controls we can. And right now, the Bluetooth seems to be a universal control. So therefore, we wanted to take advantage of this technology to better immerse our clients in the massage chair experience. We chose to go with Bluetooth, especially on the Android operating system, because it allows for more open control and more easy adoption for our customers. We have made the Bluetooth application compatible with almost every Android phone there is. Back to the oldest we tested is Android 2.0, and we tested all the way up to Android 4.2. We do know there are 1 or 2 models that do not work with our software, and that's due to security issues on the phone, but the majority of it is just to provide a better user experience and also upgraded features. Once the Bluetooth is connected, you have better control over the massage chair experience. In particular, you can split the air and roller intensities.
Yeah, and that was something I thought needed to be done. I'm glad you did that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that came directly from your input. We wanted to incorporate that into the actual keypad, but we were limited on space and the number of buttons. But with the Bluetooth, we can dynamically, add controls and change the look and feel. As I was saying, with an over-the-air update. And this kind of feeds into what we're talking about. We'd like to eventually be able to, update the whole massage chair over the air, but we're working on that.
Yeah.
In addition to the upgraded, intensity levels, we're also giving the ability to adjust the massage chair time. So if you do not have time for a full 20 or 30-minute massage, you can set it for a 5-minute massage, or any massage chair time between a minute and 30 minutes with 1 minute granularity, so that the user can better customize their massage chair experience and to fit their schedule.
And I don't want this point to be missed. What you're saying is that you can create a user can use it for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. They can, with 1 minute increments, you can adjust the time on the chair. It's not just 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes. And I think that's kind of cool. I'm not sure we've seen that before. So another interesting feature for the chair.
Yes, and once the time is set, the chair will remember that preference until it's physically reset.
Oh, I see.
And another interesting feature is if your phone, you can use both your phone and the physical keypad at the exact same time, and they will echo what the other one is, displaying. So that in the event your phone loses power, you need to take a call, you can still use your traditional keypad without any interference or any problems.
That's great.
The two are always working in conjunction, and this is because from the beginning we decided that we wanted to support multiple device controls, and this is just an extension of that.
Right. Okay, I think that's great, and I think we chit chat a little bit about what the future of this is going to be with these chairs. It's I think everybody does everything on their cell phone. I mean, they browse on their internet. Of course they calendar events. They phone. They text. Everything is done on a cell phone now. So I can see where we move away from the bulky remote with a long wire that you've got to plug in somewhere. When you think about it, it seems rather archaic to have a remote like that. And I can see a day where there won't be remotes like that anymore. It'll all be done via Bluetooth or whatever other connectivity brainstorm someone will come up between now and then. But that is I think that is the future of the function.
Yes, and with our Bluetooth dongle, the user can even completely remove the keypad with no ill effects seen on the chair.
Yeah.
So the Bluetooth connectivity can be turned on at any time during the massage. So there's no downtime for the client. We also give the ability to control multiple massage chairs with a single phone. This is great for our clients who have either multiple massage chairs or even have them in a showroom or even in an office of some sort.
Right.
Where there can be multiple massage chairs, and this provides an interference-free method of controlling them.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Again, something I've never heard of before. I think it's a great idea. Now, as far as the future goes, I mean this 6S is pretty much the chair that you're marketing.